My name is Neil Brown, currently 23 years of age. Last year I was playing for Cronulla Sharks and now I'm playing for the Canterbury Bankstown Bulldogs. I'm from New Zealand, I was born in Christchurch and I've been in Australia for 6 years. Why is it important for young athletes to have education? I think just because you just never know what's going to happen. For me, myself, I've done this course over like twice now. I sort of haven't stuck with it, but footy ain't going to last forever and you're going to have to do something after footy. And one thing for me, like coming from my background, is that everyone, after playing footy, everyone just goes and works at a factory job from my hometown, and they come from the ghetto. So I don't want to be that kind of person when I finish footy. Yeah, the reason why I put the first one because I thought I don't need education because I'm making a lot of money. Footy's gonna last forever, and I'm gonna make all this money. But reality is, you're not gonna make that money forever. For my situation now, I'm not playing first grade, week in, week out. So I don't know what's gonna happen next year. I don't know what's going to happen in 2 years' time. So for me, what's important for me is to have that education under my belt. So I signed up to the course, then I fell away again, then I come back. I think it was because when I made the jump from Cronulla Sharks to Bulldogs, I thought, man, I'm definitely going to play week in, week out now in Bulldogs. So I was just always going to go up again. And I came back to that same mentality when I debuted at the Sharks, thinking that, oh man, how good is this? It's going to last forever again. But reality's hit me again that I'm not even in the starting lineup now, which puts me in the back of the books. And I have to actually stick to this now. My parents as well, that they always tell me, you got to make sure you have something because footy ain't going to last forever. And everyone says that. Everyone says it until you don't realise it until you actually go through it. What made me re-sign back to the course was because there's a big opportunity here in Australia to have your own client-based business here with fitness. I think it's massive. Areas of the education would be time. I think sometimes during the week or after a hard game, on your days off, you don't want to come in and do the course because you're just so tired and you need that rest. But I think even just doing 1 hour, or even 30 minutes, that's like 30 minutes closer to you getting your education done. And then you won't have to worry about that later in your future. The tips I would give young athletes to complete the course would be to prioritise your time, right? You're a professional athlete, but when you go home, you have so much time at home. I don't realise, but if you just take 2 hours out of your day, you'll get it done. Positives about the course, you're learning. You're learning about what you actually do every day, and it's good for you, and it benefits you because at the same time, all this knowledge that you get about fitness and about your body and about nutrition, all this, it actually helps other people out there. Like, it's not easy being fit for other people, and I think the benefit of it is to help other people and seeing them feel better about themselves and being confident. Even like all this knowledge and that, I've sort of put it to my own training schedule and that, like whether it's extra core work or whatever, like it's definitely helped me on the field, for sure. And I'm lasting longer in the field because I'm a typical Islander that can't last for 80 minutes and I'm starting to last 80 minutes now in the middle. My advice to young athletes that have played first grade, that are making their debut, this year or next year, years to come, and that have signed up to courses, to keep doing it because like I said before, footy ain't gonna last. It's not gonna last forever. I definitely recommend young athletes to do a fitness course because it doesn't just help yourself getting an education, but it helps you with your footy. Like it helps you with your job, your everyday job. Like there's things that I didn't know about my body until I done the fitness course. And I'm still doing it now and I'm still learning. So I definitely recommend to do a fitness course when you're a young athlete because it makes you a better person and a better a footy player on the field. Obviously I've known you, Leon, for like 4 or 5 years now, ever since I debuted when I just turned 18. You've always been that person to work around our schedules, not your schedule. And you've always taken out the time and like surprisingly, like I've let you down twice and you've still sort of been not sort of, you've definitely been there and been like, hey, okay, I know you're stuffed up, but you can keep doing it. It's awesome and understanding to us boys, and I've seen you do that with not just me, but with other blokes as well. So my opinion on education has definitely changed from back then. But I think when you're so young, you don't really care about what's happening in the future. I left home when I was 16 to move over here to Australia without my parents, and I've got 4 brothers and 4 sisters, so there's 9 of us, and I left all of them just to come over here to pursue my career. And I thought at 18 I was going to be, you know, a superstar at the age of 18. But reality is, you're not always going to be a superstar. Like, there's always going to be, you know, barriers and obstacles along the way, and that's one thing that I'm going through now. And I can't sit here and just rely on my football talent. And that's why my opinion on education has changed, because you need education to help yourself, because like footy's going to come and go, but your education will be there forever. Your qualification, once you complete a course, your qualification's stuck with you forever, and you can do whatever you want with that qualification. My dream job was to be an accountant when I was young, but now I think because because I've been a footy player, been a professional athlete for 6 years now, I think definitely be a personal trainer, because like what better feeling but to see someone change, not the way they look, but just like their confidence level, like their character, everything changing because of how they feel. They feel a lot better. Definitely my dream job would be to not just be a personal trainer, but to be an owner of a gym, and to have multiple gyms around, not just Australia, around the world. Why not dream bigger? So I'm Ned Brown from the Canterbury Bulldogs, and I'm making my tomorrow better than today.